Okay, so this is part 2. In part 1 I did the eyes, and if you were going to stop there, you would actually just go ahead and line your eyes with a liquid liner or a pencil, curl your lashes, add a pair of false eyelashes, and then some mascara, do neutral cheek and neutral lip, and you could actually head out the door. But this is part 2, and I'm going to do my dramatic stained glass dragonfly mask, which is based on a Louis Comfort Tiffany lamp. And that's the dragonfly, and I'm actually going to create the mask on my face. Like I said before, I'm being selfish and doing some studio time and just wanted to do something fun. Everybody's doing face of the day, and I really don't want to do just face of the day. So what I need to do now is actually add a little bit more white to my face so that I can make the colors pop out. And I'm just going to take the NYX Jumbo Stick, and the mask is actually going to go into this area around my eye, and then a little bit onto the face, and then down in the middle. So I'm just going to go ahead and add some white and blend that in with my finger where I'm going to be adding more color. So I'm just kind of dotting along. Okay, so you can see I got the white all over in the areas where I needed it, around my eyes and down into my face, and then down my nose, down over my lip, and down onto my chin. And I went ahead and started my lining. And I'm actually using Carbon Black Liner Intense from L'Oreal. I found this is going to be an easier way to actually lay out all of the stained glass, all of the frame for the mask and all of the lining that goes in between. And so I'm just shaking that up, and it's got a nice felt tip, so it's almost like drawing with a pen. And then I'm going to work a little bit more on the forehead here. I need to create a little bit of a head, so I'm just going to bring that up and around, and then around here, and bring it back down to meet. I'm going to work a little bit on the upper part here, and I'm just going to bring it out right to my hairline and do it on the other side. Okay, and then I'm going to bring this in there. So you can see I got a bit more of the lining done. I'm going to work a little bit more on the forehead here. Stained glass is all about laying out the framework, and then you fill it in with the color. And I'm going to go ahead and create a point here. Okay, so I'm checking in. You can see I've made a little bit more progress with some lining all in here in the wing area, on my nose area, the body, and then down the nose over the philtrum, down over the lips, and a little bit underneath the eye here. And I'm just going to go back in and work some more on this wing area. So I'm just laying down the line work. Checking in again, so you'll see I've got a lot of the framework down now, all the lining. And then what I've done is I've gone back in with my brows, taking an angle brush, and I'm using my Mehron palette, sprayed the black, and I'm just kind of filling in my brows a little bit to give a little bit more structure to the mask up in this area. So I'm just dabbing in the Mehron palette on the back of my hand, and then I'm just going into my eyebrow area. Okay, so I am now starting on the stained glass part of the mask, and you'll see, I'm going to zoom in for you a little bit more so you can see, I started to actually go in and paint my little glass panes. I'm using a combination of teal blue, royal blue, cobalt blue, and some white, and I'm going to try to blend that and stay within the framework that I've laid down with the black. And I will check in with you periodically. So basically I have a few different small paint brushes that I'm using, series that I got from Hobby Lobby, and you'll see they're very small barreled, and I'm just going in. So like for example, like in this area, I'm just gonna work in that small space and then combine colors to to create a stained glass effect. So I predict a little bit of work here for myself. So I'll check in with you soon. Bye! Okay, checking in again. How long have I been working? Oh, a couple hours. 2.5 hours. Anyways, so you can see I filled in a lot. I've worked on the face, the head of the dragonfly, into the body, down into the nose, top of the lips. I'm not going to fill these until the end because I've been eating and drinking. And then I'm still working on my stained glass. I'm almost done. I have a little bit more on this side and a little bit more on this side. And I will check in with you as I get closer to being done with that. So I'm still plugging along. See a little bit more progress being made. I wanted to show you my palette. This is really funny. This is what happens when you are trying to blend colors. And again, this is just the Mehron palette. And you can see I end up mixing a whole bunch of colors together to get the various gradations and shades and tones that are in my little panes here. But I was getting ready to wash my hand. I always think to share that with you. How do I actually blend all those colors? Well, I just grab them out of the palette and then I mix them on my hand. You know, this is okay for me because I'm not doing makeup on somebody else. So, okay, more later. Bye. Okay, time to check in. As you can see, I have just about painted in my mask completely. I've filled all of the little panes and I've gone ahead and done my lips. And I'm going to zoom in for you so you can see all of the different colors. A little time consuming, but a lot of fun. And then you'll also see, if I zoom in a little bit more, there's some highlighting that I've done. And what I did was I took a silver hip pencil, the Silver Shock pigment pencil. This is highly pigmented metallic silver. And what I've done is I've gone in and I've highlighted in like my tear ducts, and then I've put a little silver on top of some of the color here, even brought it down into my brows, in little areas to highlight. And so, what do I have left? I have to line my eyes, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to just use my Mehron palette, a little H there, and I'm going to take the black from the Mehron palette, and then I'm just going to line my eyes like normal, right down near the lash line, just about where it stops on the inner part, and then right on out, and then I'm going to create a little bit of a wing. In fact, I could just hook that up with the line that I've created there and fill that in. And I'll do the other side and then I'll be back.